They're hanging around. I mean, it's only a 7-point game, but if you watch this game, it almost feels like Minnesota should be up by 20.
It's Garnett and Sprewell accounting for all of the third quarter points for the Timberwolves. A mismatch with Bibby on Garnett. Sprewell around Weber. And Garnett with the rebound. He's got 15.
The will to win. Kevin Garnett, he was so disappointed in his game one effort here when he was 6 of 21, played out of character. Sacramento won the game, and tonight just working feverishly in that lane. The block shot, we saw the score, the offensive rebound, and this is what we showed in our open. This passion and this energy, that's what his team feeds off of, and they know he's their best player, and when he leads, they follow.
And Kevin Garnett knocks in his 16th point. He's got 2 block shots, 3 fouls on Stojakovic. You just saw Kevin McHale, the architect of this team, and a guy who finished second to Jerry West, the executive of the year. But if anybody deserved consideration, with 9 new faces on a playoff roster as compared to a season ago, McHale had to be right up there.
And the 2 guys who held that together early in the season, they got up to a 9-10 start. And it was Flip Saunders and Kevin Garnett, their relationship, their ability to hold things together until it could get in sync. And once it did, they carved out the best record in the West.
38% Sacramento shooting tonight. Stojakovic for 3. Sprewell with the rebound. Minnesota is +8 in rebounding tonight. Timberwolves on a 10-4 run as Madsen, freshly off the bench, turns it over for a second time underneath tonight.
Well, he's trying to go too fast. He's got to slow down, just catch the ball, and then finish. He's trying to do something before he catches it.
Miller off the bench and in. Here's Bibby. Sacramento turnovers. And ahead it goes, and Christie will sail in. Garnett won't even try to get it.
Sam Cassell, you can see his limited mobility. When he tries to work too hard up the screen roll, he struggled. When he played well early, it was open shots. Trying to do too much, and that's gotten himself in trouble. That was a turnover without getting a shot at the basket.
And the first fast break points by Sacramento tonight. 4.5 in the third. Kevin Garnett, who from the field tonight has gone 6 of 13 with a Minnesota high 17 points. Miller over Maxey. Brad Miller, 2 of 3 with 5.
There's those open jump shots again. The big men from Sacramento, it's tough to defend them because they really don't post other than Weber. Vlade and Miller at their best, really spotting up in either passing or shooting. They've stepped up, they've made some shots, and a little nervous crowd here right now.
KG with the game high 17.
Okay, but they're putting the ball in the basket now this period. Sacramento, after the horrendous first half shooting, they now have made 8 of 14 in this quarter, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. It's what you expect from Sacramento. They were #1 in field goal percentage, #1 in 3. And they're starting to make shots, and they put the pressure on Minnesota. Now here's another steal. They're going to cut this lead down to 3.
Christie. And now the shooting, which was in the low 30s most of the first half of Sacramento, now up to 41%, 9 in the quarter from Christie.
Again, Sam Cassell cannot be careless. He's got Doug Christie on him, one of the better defenders.
Cassell, I don't know if he was lobbing or shooting. I think he was shooting, and Cassell says that Christie hit him. No call. Ball sails out of bounds, and Sacramento's got it.
Well, Sam got to leave that alone. But that's 3 turnovers in this period for Sam. Got to take care of the basketball. Remember, when Minnesota turns it over, that's when they get themselves in trouble.
Calling it a missed shot. Hoiberg is in and fouls Stojakovic, who tried to take it inside. Second on Fred Hoiberg.
Well, that missed shot was the same thing as a turnover. He got hung in the air, and at the last minute, he shot the thing out of bounds, whether or not he got fouled. So He's had 2 turnovers and an air ball that went out of bounds.
Remember, the Kings have been in this Game 7 before. This Minnesota team has not been in a Game 7. They have been in one deciding game, a 3 for the tie. It's an air ball by Bibby, his second air ball from long range tonight.
See, Hoiberg is in the game now for Hassel. They need another guy out there that can make a shot. When will we see Zerbiak?
Cassell. And Madsen turns it over for a 3rd time, and each time dug underneath the basket.
He should have used decaf coffee today. I mean, he's just fumbling the ball out of bounds. He's so wound up.
Minnesota's turned it over 4 times in this quarter, and 11 times for the game. And Miller off the bench with 7 points. And a concerned Flip Saunders has watched his one-time 13-point lead evaporate down to a point with 2.5 to play in the 3rd.
It's amazing what happens when you start making shots, isn't it? Game becomes really easy. Those plays start looking good.
And if you said this is the #1 shooting regular season team in the NBA, Sacramento is. Kevin Garnett doubled. Rebound by Miller. The Kings on an 11-2 run. And they have not led tonight. That is a shove by Christie and a foul.
Now it's going to be interesting. Rodney Buford is coming into the game to spell Stojakovic. And what Rick Adelman is trying to do is buy 2 minutes and 16 seconds here. They've cut into the lead, trying to buy 2 minutes and 16 seconds to get Stojakovic rest so he can come in and finish the 4th period. This is going to be important for Minnesota now to try to take advantage of this with him out.
Minnesota has not scored from the field in 4.5 minutes. And taking the place of Anthony Peeler, a Peeler-esque defensive move by Buford, who knocks it away. The suspension by Peeler, so Buford plays, and Weber has just given the Sacramento Kings their first lead tonight. And Weber's put in 12, and the Kings up by 1.
Turnovers.
Climbing back from 13 down. Make it 6 of 14 in the game with a foul as he spun, and Buford is the guy to get him for the Kings.
Now, one of the things that Minnesota can't do is throw the ball into Garnett and just stand and watch him play, because it's out of character for him to try to throw up a 30, 35-point game. He does it within the flow of everything. He's a guy we talked about filling up the stat sheet. So they have got to call on other guys here to help out. That's why they have Sprewell and Cassell. Looks like Gary Trent is going to come in the game probably for Madsen. And I would expect you to see Wally Zerbiak here really quickly because they're struggling to find a way to score.
Tomorrow night on ESPN, Game 7 between New Jersey and Detroit. Saturday night, it's Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Western Conference Finals begin on TNT Friday. Exclusively, this is your address for what should be a terrific Western Conference matchup. We know one team, the Lakers. The second free throw by Garnett goes astray. He is 6 of 8 from the line and a game-high 18 points.
And the Lakers are sitting at home tonight watching, wondering, do we fly here to Minnesota or do we stay at home and let Sacramento come to us?
It's Weber around Garnett. Kings have their biggest lead.
This game has turned dramatically. The shooting of Sacramento in this period, where has this been?
And just think of the ghosts that they fight off coming into this deciding game as Christie picks up a foul. They've been here 2 consecutive years, and this is the 3rd straight trip as you take a look at Rick Adelman and what these 2 teams have done when leading in the playoffs after 3 quarters.
Well, look at the regular season, 47-6, 48-9, and in the playoffs, neither one of them have lost after when they've been leading after 3. So that's how important it is for these teams to play with the lead. And Flip Saunders nervously watching on, and here's Wally Zerbiak, who had the terrific first half. I'm sure one of the things that he's doing is he's got to monitor his minutes a little bit. The guy can't be in great shape, so probably would like to get maybe 8 or 10 minutes out of Wally here if he can.
Sal from the line, 4 of 4. Minnesota is a team 12 of 15. Taking 2 more free throws tonight than the Kings. Buford with the rebound. Minnesota has got a foul to give.
And they're going in the post to Weber. Has had a lot of success in this period.
Buford over Cassell. Hoiberg taps it to Garnett. Here comes Sam Cassell.
That was a quick 2-for-1 shot.
Minnesota had not scored from the field in over 6 minutes until that hit. It's Sacramento's ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
And you can see with Hoiberg in the game, Cassell is not guarding Bibby, it's Hoiberg. They want a bigger, stronger defender, a guy who can challenge his shot better than Cassell, who gets bumped off on those screen rolls.
And Brad Miller for the tie. It's a Hoiberg rebound and 10 seconds to play in the third.
Well, Minnesota should have the lead unless they turn the ball over here.
Trent.
Oh! How do you miss that layup?
What a comeback by the Sacramento Kings. Trent missing right underneath. The Timberwolves led by 10 with 6.5 to play in the third. Then the Kings, Doug, close out the third quarter on a 15-7 run.
Well, they start making shots. That's the whole key to their game. When they shoot the ball well, they defend better. They're right in the game.
In the Timberwolves' third quarter, the last 6.5 minutes, 1 of 6 and 5 turnovers. At one time, the Timberwolves led by 13. The Kings went up by 2 in that third. And as we start the fourth, it's Minnesota 62-60.
Well, and after a woeful first half, 33% shooting, Sacramento 12 of 21. They made 3 threes in that period. That's how they got themselves back in the game.
Hoiberg in there with Trent, Cassell, Garnett, and Serbiak. They trap Hoiberg. Garnett into Trent, who missed a shot right underneath as the third quarter was coming to a close. And Christie for the tie. And here comes Hoiberg with Cassell. And Buford is in with the suspended Peeler and a foul called on Buford for a second time. Cheryl, what do you have?
The Flip Sounders headed into this next, in the fourth quarter, said the next 12 minutes, guys, we want to execute, attack the basket, rebound, and run. And both Sam Cassell and Kevin Garnett were screaming, telling guys, we got to make the layups and the easy baskets.
Well, Cheryl, just to follow up on that, Gary Trent has missed a layup and just fumbled the ball. Mark Madsen has fumbled 3 balls out of bounds. So Kevin Garnett is setting these guys up for easy scores. They got to catch the ball and finish. You know, Garnett, they're going to build a wall against him. They're going to try to make him pass the ball. So it's going to be his rebounding, shot blocking, and all the other things he brings. For Sacramento, this is Mike Bibby's time. This is when he has to lead his team on the road in Game 7.
D-box, Bibby. And out to a wide open Brad Miller. Rebound by Mike Bibby as the Kings try to stop a Minnesota 6-0 run. Buford. That was a nice shot.